So we are here at South by Southwest, and I've just accosted you, and you said yes. So, Ben, tell me who you are, where you're from, and why you are here at South by Southwest. You're a speaker.
Yeah, so I'm from the US, but I actually live here in London.
Okay.
So it's really nice to see South by here.
Yeah.
I actually won the Grand Jury Prize at South by Southwest Austin for a documentary
Amazing.
in 2020.
Okay.
So South by has played a huge role in my life. So that's why I'm also really glad to see it here. And I'm speaking today in about an hour
Okay.
on like healthy discourse and debate.
Okay.
My talk's called Veritable Quandary.
Veritable Quandary.
Yeah, which is like, how do we deal with dilemmas, tricky things?
Oh, I love this.
Uncomfortable conversations.
Yes. Like uncomfortable truths. How do we have that constructive disagreement almost?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
It's like how can we gain consensus on anything if we can't even have honest conversations, even with people close to us, right? Without it.
Even worse with people close to us, I find sometimes.
Sometimes,
right?
right? Because you don't want to disappoint them, so you don't go to hard places.
Yeah.
Or some people will say, "Oh, I disagree with you. I can't be friends anymore." Right? How do we
pass that?
accomplish doing better than that?
I am so interested in this. Tell me what led to this work for you.
So I've been in film and TV for 20 years, and worked on all kinds of things, even toxic shows, right? But I realized the power of storytelling, and film particularly, is we can amplify other people's stories. And so I made documentaries on like grieving children or women surviving the Gulag camps. So it also just gave me an appreciation for like how we encourage people to talk about things. And then I started working for like charities and helping like the UN Arts and Culture Working Group, helping organize that. So like that's the whole goal. We're launching actually on Friday a session on citizens' assemblies and launching a
cynicism to assemblies.
So citizens' assemblies is also about like rallying people who don't necessarily represent power and expertise. They're just ordinary citizens of all kinds of archetypes, and you get them to convene and like arbitrate and debate about things. And then you get politicians to be like, we will listen to outcomes from your assembly of citizens.
I love this.
Right?
That's great.
And consider it,
I think definitely in this age of polarization, it's important to be able to constructively disagree, but get to the point of disagreement that you actually hear each other out before you then disagree. Because I think we're so short, like our attention spans are so short, so we kind of look at the headlines as opposed to doing all the research, and we form opinions based on the headlines as opposed to what's deeply beneath it. So I'm the world leading expert in a topic called reverse mentoring, and do you know what that is?
A little bit.
Okay, so this is where we get senior leaders to be mentored by people who are underrepresented. You can do it in any kind of setting, so in a charity, in government, in business. And I came at it from a business perspective, but I look at it from all schemes. And key for me is really what you said, which is we need to really understand other people before we make decisions. And oftentimes those that sit in the ivory tower, they're so far removed from the lives and the day-to-day of people who are working for them, they struggle to really make decisions that are good for all. So I encourage senior leaders to get vulnerable, to sit with people who are very different to them and don't have representation around the senior leadership team table, so that they can drive those conversations and have it on a one-to-one level where they can be a little bit more vulnerable. They can ask some other questions, which is not like, oh my God, I should know this answer. And really tap into that fact that we are becoming more polarized, and we have now 5 generations in the workplace, 6 if we include AI, and therefore how are we driving that? I would like to call it like intergenerational intelligence. How are we getting the value from that? If we can't have those conversations, if we can't have those tough and hard conversations.
Well, and I really like that, because then it goes to that next point of how do we agree on what is true or not, when that's also now, especially with AI, up for debate.
What is the truth? Where is the truth? Yes, exactly.
That even with AI, it's like memory. It's not necessarily fact. It's interpretation of the aggregate. Right?
Absolutely.
So, but your average person assumes that it's representing facts every time.
So if we could go back to 8-year-old Ben, who's had this, now you have the benefit of hindsight, vision is 2020, or hindsight's 2020. What would you say to 8-year-old Ben?
I would say that being kind is always worth it. I think imploring people to keep that in mind, right? That like every time I've asked people what matters to them most, it's always the same answer. It's people. It's people we care about, even pets. People will say, right? But it's never stuff. It's never like external thing. It's how do we just connect with people, converse, listen to them, right, without just wanting to speak next. And I think we can achieve that because we know that that's what matters to us. We want people to be happy. We want other people to do well. And yeah, I think if we can just spend more time thinking about, like, would I want you to benefit in the way I want to benefit?
Yeah.
Right?
The collective.
Yeah. Like, that's not beyond most people.
No, we have potential to make a difference in that. And so my final question is, you are 80 years old. Where would you be?
I am an island guy, so
yes.
I do like the idea of living a more quiet existence.
Yes,
right?
I'm an island girl too.
And
yes, I love that.
Yeah, I don't need a lot. I don't like accumulating things.
Yeah.
And I'm more about experiences rather than like stuff,
things,
like buying things. Yeah.
So we're sat on a veranda on your island, seeing the sunset. What are you, like, hands on heart, thinking? Oh, I'm so glad that I invested my time and energy to do that. What's the thing that you're so proud of?
Really just amplifying other people, what other people are doing and their work. Like, I just had a conversation this morning about helping people who are compelled to reveal information, like as whistleblowers, right? And things like that. But be able to do it without necessarily having to take a lot of risks. It's supporting all kinds of people like this who, you know, they have a voice, but they don't feel like they're protected. They don't feel like anyone has their back. And so, especially using creativity, like the creative landscape, to support these people, get their stories out, you know, that. So looking back, you know, when I'm older, I can feel like at least I tried to use my efforts for
use
something,
your influence to help.
not just to elevate myself.
Yeah, love that, Ben. I hope to see you on the island when we're both 80.
Me too.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.